Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Mage the Ascension Breaking Tradition here on Dork Tales. Thank you everybody who has tuned in and has followed us over from the Onyx Path from when we did episode 0 and 1 there, or if you just joined us here from the beginning. Really excited to see you all here tonight, and yeah, that's basically my little intro there. I'm your storyteller tonight. My name's Kelly. I use he and him as my pronouns, and I am very excited to be moving on to episode 3 because I really like these like kind of short mini chronicles. I think they're a lot of fun, and I really like the ones that like basically are just like shorter episodes so that we get more of like a punch to them, you know? It just feels kind of cool. It's like the strategy they like to use on Onyx Path, and I think that they really do it well over there. But yeah, if you're tuning in for the first time right now, I want to welcome you to Breaking Tradition. And yeah, without further ado, we can go ahead and introduce ourselves. But if you have missed the previous episode, what you missed was the characters are a bunch of friends in modern-day San Francisco who unite to meet the girlfriend of one of their friends, and in the process are drawn into some remnants from the Ascension War. If you understand Mage the Ascension, that's a bad thing. If you don't know Mage the Ascension, there was a big battle for reality that kind of ended in the early 2000s with kind of a victory. Kind of a stalemate, kind of a nobody really won, and someone kind of won, and then the other guys were like, yeah, okay. And most of the modern generation is very kind of over it. Like they didn't really experience it, so kind of a lot like to draw parallels, like a lot of echoes of say like 9/11 and things like that. Like it's something that like people from like Zoomers didn't really experience, like, and don't really have memories of, so they've only really read about it in books and heard about it secondhand from like, you know, us millennials and Gen Xers and older, so it's not quite as much of a reality for them, and the characters are being pulled into that, although with the one exception that Jen's character Bex actually was on the front or sidelines during that time because she's a bit older. She's a bit of a cougar. And is cougar, right? You're like 36, 37 at this point. That's cougar, right?
38.
Oh god. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce the cast right now. Let's just go in a big circle, starting with Christine.
Hello, I'm Christine. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Vivian Todd, or Vivi to her friends. Vivi is an ecstatic. Yeah, she's a member of the Cult of Ecstasy.
Nice. All right, over in the corner, let's say hello to Amy.
Hello, I am Amy. I use she, her, they, them pronouns, and I will be playing Paisley Evans, our delightfully punctual, probably, Order of Hermes. And that's a joke, because she's not punctual at all, ever, in anything in her life. Woo.
That's not true. She's on time to be late.
Yeah.
She never misses it.
God, if she's scheduled being late, she would manage to be late for that schedule.
This is true.
Yeah, like it would be, yeah.
Bex has time 1 and Paisley still manages to be late for things that Bex needs to go to.
Yes.
That's funny. All right, so is that anything else you want to say, Amy?
I don't think so. Just like I'm excited for game.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's go down to Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Bex Allen, who also uses she, her pronouns, who is the elder millennial virtual adept who is married to Paisley.
Nice. And then finally, down in the middle center, we have Robin.
Hi, everyone. I believe the term used was geriatric millennial.
Don't say it. It hurts.
Ow.
Ow.
Sure. They both just took psychic damage.
Yep, I used my mind two on you guys. But yes, hello everyone. I'm Robin. I use she, her, or they, them pronouns, and tonight I am playing Holly Grant, also a member of the Cult of Ecstasy, and she is our fit, athletic person who I kind of, today I kind of acted a little bit like Holly because I did a really like intense uphill walk with Christine today.
You guys climbed a freaking mountain.
Yep.
We did.
My legs are complaining.
I'm feeling the soreness as well.
I'm also feeling that little, like, later, like, athletic, like, high that comes from it.
You're still,
yeah, we're
riding
kind of in that feeling.
Yeah.
Nice.
But that's more Holly's thing. Vivian's is more the sex, drugs, and rock and roll side of the statics.
Nice. All right, so a couple of things before we begin. Who has purchased things with their experience points tonight that we need to know about? So let's see. All right, let's go start with Amy. Amy, what'd you get?
So I actually, at the end of last game, but I didn't say anything, I bought the first dot of science.
That's probably good. Now you have to tell me which science. You have to take a specialization as of level 1 for science.
Okay, so the vein of like alchemy / blowing things up.
Chemistry.
Chemistry.
Chemistry, yes.
Yeah. All right. So let's go. Jen, you bought something?
Yeah, though due to a miscalculation, I had to change slightly what I bought. So instead of what I said before we started streaming, I'm buying level 1 and 2 of hypertech.
Okay, sounds good. All out, because you probably would have had that. This is more just like it's coming back to you as you are kind of getting into things. All right, Christine, what'd you get?
First dot of prime.
Totally good. We'll say that you were working on it before. It's a short run game. Normally, you would have to take several months off to go and learn this stuff, but we ain't got time for that. We're in the middle of a game.
I mean, it helps that my girlfriend is a prime mage.
I'm going to say what happened was you've been working on it for a while, and then taking those magic mushrooms last episode just kind of like you epiphanied on it. So for prime, you may want to take drugs as your specialty practice. So whenever you're using any type of hallucinogen or chemical component,
more mushrooms.
You do have more mushrooms, and they do just give you quintessence and make you high.
Well, they didn't make me high.
That's true.
So does that interfere with it then? Probably,
Someone in the chat
right?
just called you Wile E. Coyote, Amy, and I don't disagree with it.
I noticed.
They also
I even
called
have
me
a bird.
Rexa.
Okay. Yeah, you're pretty good at avoiding getting high, which is very useful for occultists unless you really want to. Robin, what'd you buy?
So I bought another dot of firearms.
Okay, which takes you up to 2.
I have 2, correct.
Nice. Okay, and then did you get anything else, or is that all the purchases? Okay. So also, for your regenerated willpower, I decided that all of you succeeded in pursuing your nature in a way that would generate with some willpower during that moment of downtime. And Holly, I taught you about a little rote that you can use during game, which basically is like, I don't know, call it whatever you want, like matter over mind or something like that, but the loaves and fishes of the brain. So it's all about regenerating willpower. Now you can use this on other people as well, but I'm going to say that on other people it will be harder to do. I think generally you might want to spend quintessence to do it, but they don't ask you to do it in the Celestial Chorus book, which is where the road originates, so I'm just going to hand wave it. I know they've changed the way that regeneration works. For those of you who are knowledgeable about Mage, because we had some people asking about the editions, we're using Mage 20th edition with a few mods because I grew up on Revised and the live action play. So I kind of, I fudge a couple of
others of us the Revised.
Yeah, I've been running Mage Revised for 20 years, and I kind of just run it the way that I run it. And when M20 came along, I was like, oh, that's a lot of really cool stuff. I'm going to use most of it, and then if ever it's not perfect,
Then there's all the house rules that I learned as like the legit rules, because
and I really thought were legit rules beforehand, but that's fine. It's fine. All right, anything else before we begin that I need to know from y'all? Okay. All right. So a couple of things for the cast to know. In the car with you is Gunther, your hit mark with a sassy personality. Also, your bird is with you, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, I'm not leaving the bird behind.
And what was your bird's name again?
The bird's name is Captain Larry Vesuvius Burb. The word, destroyer of keyboards. Oh, the last word, destroyer of keyboards.
The last word. Okay, good.
Yeah.
He's picking up a new name every episode, and I think that's important.
Yeah. I'll let it be known that Vesuvius was because she forgot what the word. It was supposed to be Zephyrus, but she forgot the word Zephyrus and was like, "Isn't it? It's Vesuvius, right? That's the breeze thing." No, so she went with the.
All right. So, I And then last things first up, thanks for following this series. If you like what we do here, give us a follow. If you're watching on Twitch, give us a sub if you're watching on YouTube. And yeah, don't forget that there's like ways that you can support the channel that are fantastic and lovely. And oops, I accidentally put our Patreon link in the chat. So now that that subtlety is done, it's time for some mage juice. Apparently mage tastes like watermelon and lime tonight. All right, y'all ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Welcome to Mage
Do
the
it.
Ascension, breaking tradition. Okay. I have way too many songs open. Let's do this. The car is dragging along the sidewalk. The Tesla is struggling to keep all of the weight distributed to prevent the axles from snapping. As corporate America expanded into allow the production of electric cars on a mass scale, corners had to be cut, and anybody who was looking inside of this car would be able to see that the cheap welding, the big, bloody welds along the frame, were probably not suited to an 800-pound driver, as well as 4 fully grown women and a parrot. And yet, for what it's worth, the Tesla tried its best. Something about having a technocratic robot in the front seat seemed to anchor it a bit in reality, and instead of completely collapsing, you heard the slow as the front bumper scraped along the pavement. In the front seat, the healed and rather dapper Hitmark, a 6'6" meat and metal monstrosity, looked in the rearview mirror at those of you in the back seat as you all pressed against one side of the car to swap the weight around. Perhaps I should have taken a truck. Kinda crowded, your bird says. Who's sitting in the front seat? Anybody? Or are you?
Paisley
Okay.
is.
Paisley's in the
Paisley's
front.
in the front seat with the bird.
All right. So as you are driving along, you can see that like the Hitmark is keeping his eye completely on the road, and as he is, the giant laptop, or hell, like 20-inch TV embedded in the side of the dashboard, is just flickering to life as the Hitmark's right hand dances over the screen like an Olympic typist, right? Just like a secretary from the 40s doing stenography.
Seen this in anime before.
He is not paying attention to anything but the road, it appears, but you will see target, location acquired. We should be approaching Cliff House in about 10 minutes. There were 16 traffic cameras, ATM cameras, and other points of observation of that shop. Someone has seen what we did.
Probably not good. What does this button do? Paisley's gonna lean over and look at the dash.
Whose car are we in, by the way?
I acquired it.
Ah. Right, okay, I remember now.
I acquired it illegally.
We're not gonna talk about that.
We should go incognito. And he'll like
But
reach
that-
up and click. A little like thing, a little visor thing will swing down, and he'll go. You put on reading glasses that were up there. Excellent.
All right. I don't think you can Clark Kent it up, and it'll work.
No, the glasses can make you a totally new person.
I mean, yes, they will.
New frames,
change
new man.
How you look. Not.
I do not identify as a man.
Oh, I apologize.
There's no need to apologize. I suppose I am shaped like one. I am anatomically correct. Built a standard deviation of 5 point. And he starts rattling off things you do not need to know about his lifelike materials.
Could
You
Bex
said we have 10
possibly bring out her laptop and try hacking into the traffic cam system?
Yeah, you absolutely can. And yes, he did say about 10 minutes. Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna do some hey babe, do you want to make out for a bit while we drive through the city?
I mean, sure.
Cool. I would like to do that thing that you talked about, Kelly, about regaining my willpower.
Sounds
So
good.
I just need to picture this because you two are making out next to a Bex, squeezed up next to a Bex who's furiously typing on her laptop. Just so you know.
Yep. Oh yeah, 100%. This is
Cool,
exactly.
Bex, this actually reminds you of the old days. Real well.
That's fair.
All right, so what I would like, if you're trying to adjust the cameras, are you doing red light, green light?
I don't know that route.
Okay, so there is a traffic route inside of the Order of Hermes book. What are you just trying to do? Like, basically just...
I'm trying to, just make our passage less noticeable, if like not noticeable at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have data 2 or forces 2?
No.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I am using computers to try and hack into the traffic system.
Okay.
I'm not even necessarily using magic. I'm just trying to do it.
Okay.
I do have entropy too.
Okay. So what I will say is that this will be a pretty difficult role just to do it, since you're going to be going through, like, well, I mean, at San Francisco, there would probably be like a pretty decent like central downtown Wi-Fi that you could use if you didn't just have like a satellite.
Yeah.
Why don't we go ahead and give me a wits and computers roll to get into a traffic cam system. I'm gonna need 5 successes at DC 8 or difficulty 8.
Okay. I do have specializations in both wits and computers.
Great, that's gonna be helpful.
Yeah, my wits is improvisation and my computers is hacking. Go figure.
I wonder which one will apply. So we're going for 5 successes. Each one's going to be about 5 minutes of hacking.
Cool. I am going to spend a willpower.
That sounds great. While you're doing that, Holly, you start making out with Vivian in the back. What I need from you is this is going to be Mind 2, Prime 2, so that's going to be difficulty of, it's coincidental, so it's difficulty of 6. Each success will regenerate a point of willpower.
Cool. Up to the base.
Up to your max,
right?
Yeah. Yeah, although technically if you spent Prime, you could create temporary willpower dots. But then we're getting it's a slightly different route to do that, because then we're getting into time, like duration.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because you're basically just expanding your willpower pool.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is difficulty 6. You're rolling your arete, and you want as many successes as you can get.
Cool.
Bex, how do we do?
With my willpower, I got 8.
Okay, so you are surprised that the city of San Francisco has not updated their security protocols in the past, like, 5 years.
Since the last time I tried something like this.
Okay, you got 3 successes, Holly, so that means you're going to get 3 points of willpower back.
Cool.
So, I just realized something reading through the 9 spheres about life. There's a cause/cure disease route.
Yep.
2 dots of life. No ecstatic at any point in time will have ever had an STD.
Not if they have.
Not if they have life.
Vivian, if you're down a point of willpower, the chat Flawed Cowboy just bought you a point of willpower.
I am actually okay. Because I received mine back from being essentialist last time.
Is anybody down a point of willpower? All
I am
right,
down so many willpower.
So Flawed Cowboy, you're welcome to give it to one of the others, or I can refund you.
Can I donate it down to Bex, Vivia, or Flaw Cowboy?
No markers.
Yeah, there's
Paisley.
no markers
Okay,
for this
so
one.
Paisley gets it. Okay. So yeah, there's no markers, unfortunately.
Oh,
Otherwise,
Paisley.
because you can have up to 10 willpower, the screen would be entirely full.
Yes.
So, as you are doing that, in the front seat, you are going to hear Paisley, your lap is vibrating.
What?
Your lap is vibrating.
My lap is vibrating. I will look down at my lap and try and figure out what's vibrating.
Rita calling.
Oh. Who's calling?
Rita, your stepmom.
Oh, balls. I'm gonna hang up. Like the ignore. I'm busy.
It calls again.
Fuck. Okay, fine. She'll pick up the phone. Just like,
Paisley.
hello?
Hi, honey. I know it's late,
Hey.
but it's what time is it for you right now?
It's
before 11, right? You don't sleep.
I'm actually out with some people right now. This is not a good time.
Oh, every time's a good time. Look, I just wanted to ask you. Your father and I are okay. Now, he doesn't know what we're really doing, but what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be taking him to Cabo. We're gonna be going to Cabo soon, and I was wondering, you know, I don't get to spend very much time with you, and I think it would be really good because we're going to this event down in Cabo. It's a networking thing, but it's also a vacation. It's got a bunch of rich people down there, a lot of schmoozers, a lot of movers, a lot of academics there, like the type that you like, right? Because you're an academic, and I just think that it would be really good if maybe you and Rebecca could come with us, and you know, we could have like a big family trip. If Rebecca can get away, I know she works so much. But
I appreciate the thought, but now's really not a good time. Can you email me the details?
Oh my god. Did she say yes? Are you not able to travel because of...
No. It's,
Baby, are you preggers?
No. It's. I think her phone's also slightly loud, so when Rita starts talking, everyone in the car can hear this. No.
Vivi kind of pulls back for a moment.
No, that's
gives
not.
Holly a look.
Oh my god, that's so... I mean, like... Wait, are you not?
No, we haven't. It's...
Bex just
you know,
hard focuses on the laptop.
Yeah, fair.
Vivi is very tempted to get loud in the background.
Look,
Holly will go along with it.
Oh my god,
if
are you
he
trying to
does it.
make one now? Is that the way it works? Don't you have to go to a... Are you getting a surrogate
No.
wiener?
No, Rita, no.
Is Bex okay with that? Is Rebecca okay with that? Sorry, we shouldn't say Bex. Is Rebecca okay with that?
Rita.
Did you find... I guess you found a donor, but I guess that's a pretty quick way to get it in.
Look, it's not that you think.
I won't tell your father, okay? But you just... Oh, you're panting a lot. Oh god, are you doing it right now?
No, Rita, no, I'm not. That's not.
No, get in there. I want to have grandkids. And what are you doing? Don't call me Rita. Call me Mom. Love you.
Look.
Someone say you love me too. It's okay.
Yo.
Come on.
Love you, Rita. Bye. I gotta go.
No, call me
Hangs up.
Mom.
Hangs up. Just like phone down. Head in hands. Just.
There's a moment you'll hear as the hit mark looks over at you. You're ovulating. If you wish to procreate, this would be a good time. And then he turns back to the road and keeps driving.
I think at that point, Holly like full on breaks with like contact and looks at the hit mark and is like,
that was not an offer. Alright, call me Mom, call me Mom, call me Mom.
Shut up! Bird just grabs the bird. Like,
I've been seized.
Shh! Don't say that.
Right, I'm ovulating. Seize the means of production.
Paisley's gonna start like laughing and crying at the same time because she's still high on shrooms and she can't handle this.
Bex. Seize the means of reproduction.
Bex has gone like deathly quiet at this point and is just typing.
The traffic is going great. There are a lot of people that are like slamming on their brakes suddenly as lights are changing. But yeah, no.
Paisley's gonna pop one of the other two task shrooms.
Okay, go ahead and take another point of quintessence.
Thanks.
And I need you to do me a favor and make me
Sure.
a stamina roll.
Okay, just stamina. That's it.
Just straight up stamina. This is basically soaking drugs. You
I got a
botched.
1 and a 2.
You botched. Okay, I want you to go look up what happens when you take mushrooms on an empty stomach, and there you go.
Okay.
Go Google that right now.
I've also heard through friends who do them that you basically have a line where good trip, bad trip, and it's one or the other.
Well, you botched, so look up what happens when you have a bad trip on mushrooms. But you are going to start the lights in the city. Now, you are in like downtown San Francisco. The lights are going to start doing that thing that well, happened for me because I have astigmatism. But like the strobing of lights, the long pulls of them stretching out into the distance, and you're going to be feeling real sleepy, Paisley, but also really, you feel from the base of your stomach a giggle that starts rising up in you, this shuddering laughter from the base of your stomach. And you do not realize until too late that they are convulsions. And Paisley is going to start vomiting all over the front of the car.
Great.
Like, it's going, you know what? I'm gonna roll to see how bad it is. I rolled an 8. So you are going to turn, and I'm sorry for anybody listening, are going to projectile vomit into the hitmark's face.
Well,
You appear to be in a bad place. Should I pull over? Like, it's dripping off of his face as he's deadpanning this. I would like everyone in the car to make me a stamina roll at difficulty 5.
Just
Including
gonna
me?
say.
No, this is because you're in a small,
okay, just making sure.
a small car.
I'm so sorry, everybody.
In real life, Amy, if you had made any hint of throw up sounds, I would have started gagging.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jen, what were you saying?
Does the specialty tenacious count if I'm still just focused
Yes.
on my work?
Yes, it
Yeah.
does. All right, so Holly, you're fine. This is not a car you want to be in.
No, I think Holly's like rolling down the window. She's like pressing it. Just like, this is not romantic anymore.
I got 4 successes.
Okay, yeah, you're just like, you know what? I've been in worse places. And Vivian,
I think
what'd
I've
you get?
started to dissociate
3.
now, just like hacking.
So Holly, when I said you're fine, it's more like you're gonna have to like lean your head out the window at this point,
Yep.
based on your physiological reactions to the disgorged food. I will pull over. The car will limp.
Should probably try and get a better car too.
Does anyone have a wet wipe? He'll turn
Use a
around.
look through the center console and in the trunk. Because some people do carry that sort of stuff.
Let's roll to check.
Maybe there's a water bottle.
Actually, there is a full water bottle and a package of wet wipes.
Awesome. Vivi will fish them out then and pass them over.
Okay. He will just start cleaning himself off.
Bailey's gonna get out of the car and sit on the ground.
You are going to get out of the car and find the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I get you to make me a stamina roll?
Okay, I do not know which other dice that was. Okay,
So
one of them was a 1.
Okay.
The other one was a 2. All right.
Okay. You're going to
Exact
take a
same
point of
roll.
bashing damage. Paisley's going to step out of the car, trip over her feet, and go head first into a parking meter.
Vivian's gonna get out and go talk to her and be kind of like, oh, honey, I know it's the first time, but it's not that bad.
She's
Heal-
having a reaction. Make
Heal
me
living being.
Okay. Sounds good. Go ahead and so this would. Do you want to heal the bashing or do you want to purge the toxin?
I want to purge the toxin.
Okay, so
she can
that's
live with a bruise for a bit.
okay. So give me life 3 at difficulty of 6.
Okay, so that's
Actually, wait, purging a toxin. Yeah, for another person it'll be difficulty 6.
Sweet. That's 3 successes.
Okay. So Paisley, she's going to just touch you, and you are going to take a moment and just vomit
Puke
just a
some more,
tiny little
probably.
bit more out. But it's going to be that good one. Like the one where all of the evil comes out of you in one quick spit.
Ew, God.
She'll ask, like, Vivi will ask, is there any water left?
Yes.
Here, rinse and spit.
She'll do so, just like... bleh.
This jacket is not salvageable.
No.
Vivi's gonna put Paisley kind of, I guess, back in the car. I think we're stuck with a puke-soaked car.
I can acquire another car if you'd like.
I want one, but at the same time, that would be really rude and really throw off somebody else's day.
Probably a good idea to get another car. We were tracked on cams until I started getting into them, so.
I will get a car.
All right.
Paisley's gonna like half hang off of like Vivian and just like hug and be like, "You're a really good friend. You know
I should
that,
take the
right?"
rest of those mushrooms from you. You are not built for drugs.
They were fun for a while.
That's what a lot of people say, but you took another one really, really close after the first.
I blame Rita. It's all her fault. It's always her fault. Bitch.
That's actually true.
Okay.
She'll
Yes,
pass
Holly.
the task mushroom over.
You will take the last ones off of Paisley.
Holly, what's up?
Could you remind me, because I forgot to write it down last session, what is the penalty for being high? Because I think we're high for the next day.
You are at a, if you're high, you're at a -2 to your rolls, except for magical, which you will just take a -1 for concentration, probably. Also, I have the right to, like, hallucinate you a little bit.
Sweet, because yeah, Holly's still fucking
Paisley, you're no
Yeah.
longer suffering those side effects because you
Okay.
had the toxins purged out of you with life. And Vivian just does not feel them. She's a little, like, happy, and that's about it, basically. That friend who can just do, like, 6 shots and then just be like, yep, whatevs. So, Tasha. Until shot 7, then she's gone. Hi, Tosh.
We love you, Tasha.
All right. What do you all do? You're standing on the corner, just kind of twiddling your thumbs. It's almost midnight at this point.
I think Bex is making sure, since I was already looking into the cameras and stuff, just making sure that the cameras around us right now are either focused not on us or are weirdly broken and turned off.
Sounds good. Moving a lot of them just to point at other things and, like,
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to zoom in on where you guys are in Google Maps. And I'm going to pick the first car I see to steal. Fictitiously as this character. I reiterate, if somebody gets weird about it.
I mean, give me the internet, Google Maps, and a Tesla, and I could probably...
This is really true.
Well, give Bex those things. I don't think I could do it.
You know what? If you could, I'd be proud of you, but I wouldn't support it legally on stream.
I think Holly's just kind of like sitting on the curb, kind of like still tripping a little bit, like looking at her like hands, and then pulls out her phone to just like mindlessly like scroll on Instagram or something while she's waiting.
I mean, people are out and having a pretty good time right now. You're kind of in a residential road with a couple of several 2- and 3-story apartment buildings with that old kind of the bay window build on either side of you, some bus stops, but this is a very residential area. Over to your right, you can see that there's like perfect salon and like a couple of trees that actually are managing to survive in spite of the urban sprawl. In the distance, you're going to hear and then a car engine turning over. A moment later, a green Forerunner is going to drive around the corner with a big, like, Thule camping unit on top of it. He pulls up the Toyota next to you, and we're talking like a deep forest green here. I'm not totally looking at Google Maps, I'm just taking this one. Yeah, he'll pull it over to you. No, it's basically like, kind of like an older style SUV. But, so yeah, just to drive the Toyota. I don't know what to say at this point. Toyota Forerunner. There we go.
Does it seem to be doing okay under his weight already?
I'm gonna roll a stamina roll for it. Basically, one second. Oh yeah, it's fine. It's fine. He got the one with the he got 5 successes. It's fine. So it's going to. He drives over the median, turns around, and you'll hear as all of the doors unlock simultaneously. Get in.
Let's go get in the back seat.
Bing, 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 bing.
Baisley's gonna climb in next to Bex and kind of lean up against her.
Holly will grab her. I keep thinking Holly. I keep saying Holly. Vivi will grab shotgun.
Bex will wrap her arm around Paisley now that she's kind of done most of the hacking stuff.
Please do not.
There is a
vomit on me.
tension in Bex.
Gunther says that to you, Vivian. Please do not vomit on me.
Oh no, I can hold my drugs.
Holly's gonna like lean forward, like do the thing like from behind on the passenger seat. She's gonna start like playing with Vivi's like shoulders and hair, just kind of like fondle her a bit.
Vivi's gonna just lean the chair back a little bit.
Let us go. And he will start driving. The burb will
Gonna surf
go.
the radio too.
Call me, Mom. All right, takes over the radio, starts doing that. And yeah, so you're going to continue down the road. One moment, please. Let me just do a quick. Nope, not enough. All right. Up ahead, an old, like, kind of boxy sedan from the early 2000s is going to kind of cut through a red light and almost slam into the front of your car. But is going to just kind of past you. Gunther is pretty quick on the brake and will pause just in time for it to move by. Slowly extend his hand. Slowly extend his finger. Fuck
I
you,
like
asshole.
you.
There. Protocol engaged. And he continues driving.
Ah, I like you,
I like that
Gunther.
this Dr. Taylor apparently gave him that protocol. Or did you learn that one separately?
That was programmed by Dr. Lee,
Ah.
Dr. Taylor's assistant.
Bex, babe. You heard that, didn't you?
Stepmother is very loud.
Stepmother. I didn't choose her.
I know. She's gonna kiss the top of your head.
Oh. I don't know what idea she has of us now. I'm sorry.
I wasn't particularly invested in her opinion of us in the first place.
Good. I try not to be, but she just gets under my skin. Ugh.
She is good about that.
Oh.
Family, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't speak to my parents, so I totally get you. Totally.
That sounds rough.
Yeah, that's what happens when you accidentally steal your college money and go traveling instead. Oops.
Use it or lose it.
Exactly, Burb. I like you.
Meh.
I like
Let's
it.
just be friends.
Oh. Ouch.
Ollie, stop flirting with the bird and go back to rubbing my shoulders.
Okay, I'm sorry, babe.
All right.
Uh,
We should arrive at the destination in 3 minutes.
Alright.
I'm not sure exactly what at the location will trigger the memory cap.
So we're just gonna
So,
go wander
wander.
around till it gets triggered.
Yes.
Great.
sounds like how I usually look for things.
Yes.
Oh, it's a good thing it's late.
Yes.
Okay. Bex, you're like doing stuff with cameras, right? Can you do that for the place we are? Make sure no one sees us wandering around.
If it has cameras and I can get some Wi-Fi, then probably.
According to
I
its
can set up a
online
hotspot on my phone
address.
for you. I have unlimited Wi-Fi.
There you go. Yeah, I can probably do it.
90 seconds.
Boy, I hope you're not like this with your partner, right?
I do not have any partners. All of my
Oh.
partners are dead. They were killed prior to my reprogramming. Technically, dead is the wrong term. The correct term would be terminated. Which is literally what their last health box is, just saying. It's okay, 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 -5, terminated. Which I love. I love. I love it, folks.
Okay.
I love
Have
it.
you seen Terminator at all, Gunther?
I'm not big on movies.
Oh, you think you'd like this one?
I prefer The Birdcage with Robin Williams.
Good movie. Good. I did not expect that from you. I like it.
Blame Dr. Lee.
As we're approaching, can Bex work and see if there are cameras there that she can access from, you know, from more of a distance so that maybe none of them see us pull up at all?
Okay. Okay. So I think that if you're looking through traffic cameras, you still have access to the traffic camera network. But if there are any independent cameras on site, you'd have to be close enough to access their Wi-Fi signal or something. Basically, access them digitally somehow. However, if you have now, there are traffic cameras pointed at the spot, so you can do reconnaissance from here, and using a tiny bit of data, you could probably bridge the gap.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So what I would like you to do is, you're already in there, so looking at this, you will see that the site is this large square brutalist building overlooking like the side of the San Francisco shoreline. It's this beautiful cliff view with this kind of ugly Lego building looking over it. But as you are getting a good look at it, you are kind of praising it. I'd like you to make me a perception and alertness roll to see what you can see.
Three successes.
3 successes. You're going to see that there is a fence around it. It is a temporary renovation fence. You know the type I'm talking about. And there is a big sign on it that says, "This site protected by Paragon Security."
Hey.
It's one of those like mobile blue fences that you see everywhere in the world, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You will also see that there are some lights on inside, although sporadic. You think, if anything, there are a few security posts inside, and you'll see that there is a flashlight up around the side of it, moving around. So it looks like maybe one security office, a couple of people doing rounds.
I'll report that to the car just as we're going. Am I familiar with Paragon Security at all?
Yes, they, you know what I want you to do is I want you to make me an intelligence and politics roll. I would allow. I would also allow intelligence and... What do you think would be a good stat besides politics for that? Do you have points in security as a write-in? Because I think security got tossed into larceny, right?
There's neither.
Oh yeah, they're all the bonus skills.
we put larceny into streetwise.
All right, you know what? I will give it to you at a difficulty 8 with streetwise.
Cool. Does my specialty intelligence big picture count? It's okay if no.
I'm gonna say yes. Actually, for this, I will say yes.
Okay, cool. It didn't matter. But that is 2 successes.
2 successes? All right, so Paragon is a company that exists under a shell company that you know is ran by some arm of the technocracy.
Okay.
It is one of their holdings. It doesn't mean there are mages there, but it's one of the places that high-value locations that need like pretty solid security, and security that is usually licensed to carry firearms. Now, of course, this is the U.S. There is a lot more firearm licensing in general for security officers. However, the people that are under Paragon security usually carry like 3 escalations of weaponry, going from like batons and tasers to various sprays to actual handguns and above. Looking there, if Paragon is anything like it was when you were doing your crazy mage stuff back at the turn of the century, they are likely to be armed with fairly high-powered handguns, and might, if it's a high-value location, have a few larger weapons in their office. We're talking like shotguns or potentially even submachine guns, all legal and above board, or at least no one's gonna care.
As Bex is looking through the camera, she'll be like, okay guys, we've got protected by Paragon Security, which is affiliated with the technocracy. They're going to be well armed, and well, they may not have technocratic abilities and magic. They could.
And one last thing, they will have the ability to call for backup.
Yeah.
Of course, not just from the cops.
Yeah. And they'll have people they can call if they find us.
Well, I know how to put people to sleep if we can try and sneak up. I could potentially try and...
Yeah, it looks like there's, a couple of patrols and an office. Pilly, do I know if Paragon tends to use cameras as well as people on site?
Often.
Okay.
What they usually do is they have a couple of temporary cameras set up just on basically like wide angle spots for monitoring. That is usually monitored by like basically a guy in a chair at the location, or these days potentially remote, because why pay a guy to monitor one place if you can pay a guy to monitor 4, right? But they will have actually, you know what, that's probably, knowing all of the security people I know, that's probably way more probable that unless it's super high value, they'll have cameras up that are monitored at the central monitoring station, like, back in Idaho or something. And they'll have like 1 to 6 people walking around the place, depending on how worthy it is of being protected.
Yeah.
Jen, you've done security work. 1 to 3 is probably more likely, right?
Yeah, I mean, so I've done security where, like at say one of the hydro places where they don't want people to steal copper wire, so you have one person who does rounds, and you do it in shifts. So you have 3 people in a 24-hour period.
Okay.
Or you have the other sites that mobile security will just stop by on their rounds during the evening.
Yeah, I'm going to say that it's probably like 3 or 4 people here at a time, just because of the size of the place. This used to be a hotel, so it's fairly sizable. And there is a lot to steal inside. Like, there's a lot of, like, historic things inside. The place was... Interesting Wikipedia article on Cliff House. I'll just put it that way. So at least 2 or 3 people there. But luckily, the cameras are probably all remote, all probably on, like, a satellite uplink, or on... we'll say satellite uplink, just because it's techno-bougie.
Would I be able to use... I don't know if I have enough data for it, but data 1 to hop into their camera system?
Yeah, I'd allow it.
Cool. Do you need me to roll for that?
I do, so that's going to be difficulty of 4.
That is 2 successes.
2 successes, all right. So you are going to be inside of their camera network. You basically are going to be basically cloning their monitoring station.
Yeah.
So it looks kind of like a Zoom call.
Cool. Would I be able to, from here, work some kind of loop on the camera so that the remote folk just see the same, like, chunk of time, say an hour?
So the oldest trick in the book is what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So what I'd like you to do is give me a wits and computers roll again, and it's basically going to be wits and computers at we'll say. I mean, honestly, to do that, I'd say difficulty 7. You just need another 5 successes because it does take a while to do.
Cool. And either my of my specialties, hacking or improvisation?
Both of them will apply. Improvisation will be what you'll use. And yeah, you have enough correspondence range to use that because you're within line of sight too, so this is great.
That is exactly 5 successes.
Okay. So it'll take you a couple of minutes as Gunther pulls up to the side of the curb. And you were just typing away.
Just a minute and I'll give us some cover.
And while she is doing that, Paisley, what are you doing?
Paisley would like to start reinforcing her clothes with matter to help make them more resistant to various things that the security guards might use.
That's fair. Okay, so the way that it's going to work is each level is going to give you... Do you want armor or do you want health levels?
I was going to go for armor. I think she just wants to make them more resilient.
Okay, so sounds good. So basically, I'm going to give you 2 options for the way the armor is going to function. Either it'll be extra dice of soak, or it will be a higher difficulty for me to damage you.
Let's make it extra higher difficulty to damage me.
Okay, so you are going on a 1-for-1 on lethal and bashing damage. And this is going to be matter 3, was a difficulty of 6, and before you roll, you will need to figure out how many successes you're putting into duration and how many successes you're putting into the effect. So duration, you need 1 duration for basic, 2 for scene. So you want at least 3 successes.
Okay.
That will give you a +1 difficulty on damage incoming.
Okay.
Okay, so I would say go for 5 and spend a willpower.
Yeah, I'm spending willpower.
Okay.
And basically taking as long as she needs to do this while Bex is working away on her thing.
Now, do you have something... What's your specialty practice for matter? Is it alchemy or is it...
I think it is. I think she's probably like has like a herb mix or something.
Sure.
Or like...
So we'll say it's difficulty 5 then if you douse your clothes in that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like this nice herbs thing. It's nice. It's got a nice smell. And then she'll just like shake it out and just be like, yeah, that's good.
It's like Blank Man, if anybody's ever seen it. I think Jen's seen Blank Man.
I have no idea.
It's a Damon Wayans superhero movie from the 90s. Where he soaks his underpants in a bulletproof creating material. It's very Son of Ether. It's ridiculous.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so I have spent 1 willpower, and then I am going to roll my arete.
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, do 1 subtract from magic rolls
Yep.
too? Okay, because I got an 8, a 1, and a 1. My dice hate me tonight.
Well, you didn't botch.
Yeah.
Thanks to the willpower. Well, thanks to the 1 success. So
Yeah.
you will try it first, and instead you will just, you're still a little shaky, and you'll try to apply it, and it just kind of gets everywhere. It doesn't really fade in, and then you realize that you forgot to mix it with the L mashes,
Oh, yeah.
which is
Duh.
a binding agent, of course.
Yeah.
You may try again at difficulty 5. I'll be kind to you.
Okay. Oh my god. Do I have to spend another willpower?
If you want that success from it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm spending another willpower because I feel like this is gonna get dangerous.
You can spend quintessence to lower the difficulty.
I'm gonna spend a quintessence, yeah.
Okay, you're at difficulty 4.
Cool. Where'd my eraser go?
Random Equinox has just purchased your willpower, and Chandra
Thanks.
bought Bex a willpower.
I got.
Okay. Okay, that's much better.
Okay.
So that's a 9, a 10, a 2, and my willpower. So,
Okay,
and the 10s explode, right?
The 10 will reroll, yeah.
Okay. Nah, that one's a 3. So still 3 successes.
Okay, and then you can keep going to finish this off at difficulty of 5.
Yeah, so we're gonna keep going. Should I spend another willpower? I basically, every time I roll for it, I have to do it?
You don't have
Every
to.
round?
You may spend a willpower every round.
I will.
A willpower gives you an automatic success, so...
Yeah. So I'm at 3, I said, right now. What was the difficulty?
Difficulty 5 now.
5?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's 6, 7, and 8. So that's 3 more plus, so that's 4 successes. So I'm at 7, I think, right now.
7? Okay. Do you want to put those extras into duration or power?
Well, I wanted duration for the scene, and then I would like to put the rest into power.
Okay, so plus 4 difficulty on... Okay, that may lead to some disbelief later, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so that's going to be my damage, unless I'm doing ag on you, is going to be against a difficulty of 10. I know that technically we should probably be doing the soak dice, but I kind of like this one. I think it's a way to permute the system. And Holly, you said you're going to be doing the same thing in our chat. So why don't we go ahead and do that as well? That's going to be the same difficulty of 6. What is your focus for Prime?
Prime is her like the kind of runner's high athlete thing. So I don't know how she could potentially maybe sneak out of the car and do some push-ups on the ground quickly to try and
Now,
get
are you
her
trying to
heart
make
rate
it so that you are resistant to aggravated damage, or are you trying to make it so that you can deal aggravated damage? Or are you just trying
I think
to...
I'm trying to be able to soak it just in case they
Okay.
are magic.
Okay, so you will be able to soak it with that. So that's going to be Prime
Yeah.
3. So with this, you are going to be able to basically roll to soak any type of damage that comes at you.
Yeah.
Okay. You won't have extra armor, but you are not going to automatically take damage, which is great. So what that means is I need you to give me a difficulty of 5. You are just going to want duration. So you need
Cool.
2 successes. Extra
Cool.
successes is great.
Awesome.
If you spend a point of quintessence, you could do this to other people as well.
Sure, yeah. I will I'd love to do that to Vivi.
Okay. So what I will allow you to do is, if you get her into this, spend a point of quintessence, and you will need, we'll say that you can do the same effect, and you will need, you'll need 1 additional success to affect her, and then, so you'll need 4 successes to include yourself and
successes?
her.
Cool. I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Okay. Your difficulty 5.
Alright, so that was 3, 5, and 6, so that's 3 successes right now.
Okay.
And I'll go again.
Yep. You can go again. Difficulty 6.
Cool. Cool.
And quick reminder that every 2 effects raises your difficulty by 1 because you're concentrating on them. So how many did you get there?
I got 1 more success, so I'm bringing it to 4.
Okay. All right. So how do you go about making her doing this, because what you're doing is you're priming your body to be like strong and pure and resistant to damage. Like, how do you get her to do this as well inside of your belief?
Inside of my belief, I think she's gonna try and convince Vivi to come out and do like a few push-ups herself. Be like, okay, come on, just like let's get your heart rate up, going.
All right, so we're just basically parked and
Yeah,
getting ready.
You're basically parked.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Vivi will go along with it.
Okay.
And then I have something that I want to do to prep myself.
Okay, so this is all happening in the span of about 5 minutes. So you are going to be able to soak lethal and aggravated damage for the remainder of the scene.
Okay.
Okay.
Lethal and ag.
Yep. So lethal and ag. You already soak bashing, which is great. And anybody else doing anything? Okay. So Vivi will go back to you. Then we'll go back to Paisley. So Vivi, what are you going to do?
I want to increase my physique.
Okay. Which stats do you want to buff?
I want to buff my strength and dex, I think.
Strength and dex. Okay.
So it's basically life 3. Increase physical attributes by 1 dot per success.
Okay. And then you just need to focus on duration. So you'll need 2 successes to make the effect work.
Okay.
And then everyone beyond that will go into the attribute.
Okay. And I would like to spend willpower to get 1 auto.
Yeah.
Success. If I spend any quint, will that make it last longer?
So Quint would lower the difficulty.
Okay. What would be my difficulty?
Your difficulty for this is going to be it's life 3. You are still holding the effect that is time looping Lisa DeRosa, right? Because you got her in that weird time loop. Or was that a
Did
mind
I
loop?
do that?
Was that what
That
Holly
was
did?
me.
Oh, that was you. Okay.
That was me.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
I haven't cast anything since the first game.
Okay, then in that
I don't
case,
think.
you are at difficulty 6.
Okay.
Now I have to ask you a question. Are you increasing your attributes above 5?
No.
Okay.
So dex would be 2/5 and strength would be probably 2/4,
Okay,
and if I
then-
had an extra above that.
Then this is
So-
not vulgar. So you can go ahead and do this at difficulty of 6. What is your focus for life?
Well, does it have to be like one thing for life, or
So
is it
if it's-
rote
if
by
it's-
rote?
It's rote by rote, but if you use your specialty, then it lowers it by another one.
Okay. I don't know if we actually wrote one down for the.
Actually, no, you didn't with life because time is your primary. So don't stress
Yeah.
about that.
Okay.
So then you're going to be at difficulty 6. You can spend a quint to make it difficulty 5 if you'd like.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, and I've done a willpower for auto.
Sounds good.
And then generally I have a thing to make the rote easier anyways, which I think for this particular type of life one, because it's kind of a prep one,
Mhm.
so doing it in advance, I'm gonna drag Holly off to like a corner.
Okay, sounds good. So that will
So
be you'll
not
just
necessarily
kinda
anything in particular, but I think she will use sexuality or something along those lines.
getting yourself
that
excited,
corner.
getting the blood flowing.
Yeah.
So what
Exactly.
I want you to do for that is so roll a difficulty 5, and what you're going to want is I would say aim for 5 successes.
Now with magic in particular, nothing explodes unless you have a specialty, right?
Nope, I'm allowing explosions. So 10,
Okay, cool. Because I was
10
going to say
explodes.
otherwise I'm kind of stuck on number of successes I could get.
You could theoretically get 4 with the willpower on the first roll,
Okay. Well, I did. So
which means you did not hit 5, which means that you can roll again next round at a difficulty of 7 or 6 if you spend quintessence.
sorry.
You did not hit 5, so you may continue the roll at a +1 difficulty to try to get the full 5.
Oh no! Like
Oh, you got 5?
the very first roll was 4,
think she
but I
was-
also
she
got a
was reloading.
10.
Yeah, she
so I'm
was
not
reloading.
finished rolling yet.
Oh, okay.
But that is going to be a 7 as well. So
Okay.
that would
So,
be 5.
what this means is you were going to raise your... So you have, for the rest
So
of
I
the
was going to
scene...
start with raising strength to 4,
Well,
and then move
okay.
dots into dex 5, strength 5 if they were available.
So
and
you
successes.
have 4 dots to play with.
Sweet. Strength 5, Dex 5, Stamina 4.
Okay, so you, as you're doing that, I need you to pick temporary specialties for those.
Okay.
If you're just trying to, like, hurt people, then that would be, like, powerful blows or something like that. You could do strong legs if you're all about jumping and kicking. For stamina, resilient or tough is really good for damage.
Yeah, let's go with tough.
Okay. And for dexterity, you probably already have a specialty.
I don't think I ever wrote it down if I did.
Okay, we'll go figure one out. All right, so Paisley, you were going to activate Force of Sight to detect electricity from phones. Difficulty 4 to do that.
Okay.
You want 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. That's 4 and a 6.
Cool. Then that's fine.
Cool.
You'll be able to see that. You'll be able to see the radio waves kind of like boop, 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 boop from inside. You are making a perception and alertness roll at a difficulty of 5.
Okay, that's hilarious because I have perception 1 and alertness none.
Okay.
Beautiful. I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2. Okay, so you can see that there are 3, 4. What you were going to see is that there are 6 camera uplinks. You're going to recognize that those are like satellite uploads. And you are going to see that there are 3 cellular signals. 2 stationary and 1 moving around.
Yeah, she's much more interested in knowing when they come near her.
Okay.
So that she can avoid them.
All right. So, and then Holly, you were going to do something with Prime again. You asked in the chat.
Yeah.
So what were you thinking of doing?
Well, trying to like I realized it would probably be useful too as well as be able to soak it, also be able to give aggravated damage. So I was either thinking of the gun or her fists again.
So Mage is always really sketchy about using shooting guns.
Okay.
Because the argument used to be in one of the games that a bullet was too small to enchant with quintessence, which is ridiculous. Because we've all seen Supernatural now. You can carve anything on a bullet. But you would not be able... You'd basically be doing it on a bullet-for-bullet basis. Because you're just imbuing one singular item with quintessence, right? So, like, it's like the whole, like, magic arrows in D&D instead of a magic bow.
Fair.
In Victorian Mage, I have, like, 6 bullets that I did before game that are my ag bullets so that I can actually use them.
Yeah. So you could just have it so that your gun acts as a focus for like a prime shot and you use a prime blast through your gun. Or you could just imbue yourself and then punch motherfuckers for ag. I would remind though that aggravated damage is for when you absolutely want to kill someone.
Okay.
Like aggravated damage. So on the scale of damage, bashing damage is like punching someone in the face. That does not kill someone unless you really try or something bad happens. Lethal damage is the equivalent of being stabbed, being hit by a car, falling a great distance. It is trauma that will lead to death. Aggravated damage destroys the pattern that it hits. So that would be things like aggravated damage. You'd be able to punch into the side. You'd be able to matrix punch, basically. You'd be punching concrete out of the wall because your fist is more real than the concrete. Very good for breaking and entering if you don't mind noise.
Fair. Okay, yeah, so then maybe I'll pass on that, because I don't think we're necessarily wanting to do lethal yet, so, alright, I might be good for now then, actually.
Okay, let me just double check to see. What were we saying, Jen?
I was just going to say that I'm going to throw up a mind shield once I'm done with the computer stuff.
Sounds good. Go ahead and do that. There's going to be difficulty of 4, please.
Cool.
You want 4 successes, probably.
Oh, I have my mind shield going. I forgot about that. That's holdover from last game.
Okay,
so my mind shield active, so that's 2.
So you have 2 effects, so you're at a +1 difficulty. The last thing that I would suggest is...
I am spending willpower. I just want to get that in before I actually roll.
Totally. I would say that with your level, it might be a good idea for anybody with Mind 1 or Life 1 to put up Detect Human Mind or Life Patterns.
I was probably going to put up the level 1 life effect of
looking for life patterns.
Cool. You need 2 successes, difficulty of 4, difficulty 5 for Robin.
Okay.
I got 4 successes.
Oh, damn.
With the
Okay.
willpower.
Okay, so...
So you said difficulty 4?
Difficulty 4.
Nice.
Because it's just a level 1 sphere, and it's coincidental. Jen, you were doing a mind shield, so you got 4 successes. Yeah. So if you're leaving that up for the scene, that means you are at a +3 difficulty.
Cool.
A +3 willpower worth of anti-intrusion.
Yeah.
4 successes on my life site.
Okay. Sounds excellent. And Amy, I forgot that I always count the first success as 1 success across the board for everything.
Oh, okay.
So so that means that your armor is going to function for the day rather than the scene.
Oh, okay.
I'm not allowing you to have a +5 damage soak.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm not going to allow myself to have a threshold for damage on you.
Okay.
Which, I will just say I also do have, the Rote Soak Ag.
Oh, with life 3?
Yep.
Okay,
So,
sounds good.
It says it's almost nearly always vulgar, but
It is.
when it's needed, it's worth it.
I guess technically then, yeah, if it is always vulgar, you and Robin did imbue. So Robin, add 1 point of paradox to your wheel, please.
Okay.
But honestly, yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Technically, you'd be at a +1
right now.
difficulty, but whatever, I don't care. Amy? I think I'm just going to check something real quick before we do this.
Yeah.
And I just want to make sure that I'm doing your armor correctly because it has been a while. So I'm just going to Google. I'm not going to Google. I'm going to look in how do you do that to make sure I'm doing it right. Boop.
Oh, in the interest of honesty, because it has been since last game, I am holding on to the rote on Lisa, but I have let go of my prime site.
Okay.
Just so that I only have 2 up. I have
Good.
mind and yeah.
Okay, cool. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, elemental armor. Cool. I just need to know. Wonder Woman style bracers. That's kind of cool. Boop, 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 boop. I just want to know what it gives me. Come on, bro. Okay, it's being frustrating. So in that case, what I'm gonna do is I think that the difficulty is probably a bit much. So instead, Amy, what we're gonna do is we're going to make it soak dice for you, if that's all right with you.
Okay. I mean, I haven't done stuff with like armor and shielding like this before, so I'm not entirely sure how it works.
Yeah, and I think that it's. I was just wondering, a difficulty 10 is a bit high, so I'm just gonna check the core book real quick and slow down game. I apologize, folks.
It's a learning experience for everyone then.
Well, it's just one of those
See how
things
it
where
works.
like it hasn't actually come up before. You'd think it would have, but and I just have to double check if armor is types of damage. No, just tell me. Heavy duty armor. Yep. Most of armor +1 or. Oh, hold on. So shields add +1 or +2 difficulty on you, depending on the size of the shield.
Okay, so I'm not using a shield physically. I'm reinforcing matter.
No. I'm seeing the difference
Yeah.
here. So, gives you the ability to soak. Yep. Adds dice to your soak roll and allows you to soak lethal damage. Okay, so that's good there. And now I just have to check whether or not it is one extra dice or 2 extra dice, because usually, if you're damaging, it's 2 points of damage. And I just have to find out.
Yeah, because
By
that's
going-
good. Because I'll need to know that too for soaking.
So you're just soaking straight, with your stamina, but you can soak literally anything with your body right now.
Oh, okay.
So
So I can
that's
just okay.
So you like literally, I could stab you with a lightsaber, and you'd be able to potentially soak the damage.
Huh. Okay. Cool.
I'm just seeing whether or not I give 2... Because it comes from... Okay. This would be really nice. Be really nice.
Why is my camera not liking to focus on me tonight? Excuse me, camera.
I don't know.
So yeah, for my active things right now, I'll say for the chat, since we're working up rules right now, I have a +3 mind shield for the day from previous game, from last game, and then lethal and ag soak for the scene for this, and those are 2 effects that Holly has up right now.
Yeah, and to further explain, for anyone who didn't see last episode, and I know there was at least one person around who is just showing up tonight, Beck's last game, actually, long story, Holly punched out her mentor, and then Bex put her in a bit of a state that, so she wouldn't necessarily be able to come after us right away. So she's in this kind of like little bit of a time loop, but she just thinks she's really high, which is fine. She gave everyone mushrooms.
Right.
Yeah, my mentor's kind of a, you know, kind of ecstatic, you know. That's what she does. She just had a bad trip after I punched her.
Yeah, I mean, she's not super strong. It's like getting punched hurts or something.
Yeah, right?
Okay, so... That still doesn't tell me frickin' armor. Sorry, how do you do that doesn't tell me anything I need for this specific thing. So, just tell me how many dice it is. Because it gives me like all the fluff, but it doesn't give me the actual... Cost no quintessence to maintain. Great! Uses forces 2 as an invisible shield. Same idea. Doesn't require chi. Projectiles. Martial arts technique extends only within reach. I mean, this is armor. Same idea. Zaruf guy. I just want to know this simple, stupid thing, guys. Come on. I'm going to say it gives you 2 dice of soak. I'm going to say it gives you 2 dice of soak because they're not guaranteed soak. So you are going to have 8 dice of soak.
I will probably need it given my rolls.
Okay. So it's 8 dice of soak for the day on top. Alright, so sorry about that lengthy diversion, folks. Alright, any other magic that needs to be cast?
I just want to verify that, so my forces sight looking for, like, so if someone comes near me with their cell phone or radio in their pocket, I would know that that signal's moving.
You actually, the way that it looks to you, your eyes are going to kind of glaze over, and you are going to see kind of like, you know, on a hot summer's day when you look at pavement and you can see the mirage lines of gasoline and oil rise up into the sky. You see the vapors. You are literally seeing against the dark sky these slightly glowing vapors, like going woo, 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 up into the sky from 6 points that are cameras and 3 points that are moving people.
Okay, so I can basically keep a tabs of where they're moving to some extent.
Yep.
Cool. Awesome.
Nice. All right. So, anything else? All right. So, with that, what do? Gunther's sitting in the front seat, just kind of like drumming his fingers on the steering wheel.
Well, I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
Do you want me to wait for you to go in?
Question. Is between Paisley and I, when we figured out what this place was there any particular location that seemed to jump out at us, or is it just we're just gonna trial and error?
Kind of just this general place.
Cool.
And why don't we go ahead and switch our background to this place, which is daytime, but hey, we'll use our imaginations, folks.
Well, don't we need you to be activated? For your memory, I think you're gonna have to come with us.
I'm happy to come with you. But there's a chance I may hurt people. Do I have
There's a
permission to
Try
hurt?
to knock them out.
Do I have permission to hurt organic people? Organic beings?
I mean, if
Preferably
necessary.
don't kill them.
You see a slight smile. Protocol updated. And he will get out of the car. Make me a wits and empathy roll, real quick.
Sure.
You can do this at a difficulty of 4 because he doesn't really have emotions, and it's actually going to be easier in this one case.
Nope, because the ones canceled out my successes.
Oh, fair.
I got 3.
Yeah, you think it sure sounds like he's like programming updated, as in like I don't get to kill people anymore. You think it's the other way around, that it got updated so he can hurt people as long as he doesn't kill them, and he's a little happy about it.
Aww.
Because so far the only person he has hurt in this entire game, aside from maybe some feelings, are he pulled a guy out of a car, the guy was not harmed, and that hit mark 10 that he like railed the shit out of, but that doesn't count.
Mm.
Do you ever
Damn it.
update your own protocols or like add new ones? Paisley's quietly gonna ask as they hop out of the car.
My CPU is a learning network.
So, yes.
To some extent, I'm bound by protocols established by the doctor.
So what if you learn something, encounter something you've never encountered before?
I absorb it into my neural net. File
Are you
it away.
connected to the Wi-Fi?
No,
No.
I'm from the 80s.
You should see about getting an upgrade for that.
Wi-Fi is vulnerable. Your friend has hacked at least 4 different servers since we started driving this car.
That's true. I was thinking about you could look up things quickly with your like super mind. That you could like look up information about things to like be able to
I already know
adapt.
everything I need to know about everything I need to know. And if not,
That's really deep.
I will Google it.
You're really deep. Man, I'd love to get high with you. Unfortunately, you can't get high, can you?
I have never tried.
Maybe for future experimentation.
Yes. Party on.
Okay. Paisley's gonna look at her bird and be like, try to stay out of sight, and she's gonna let it fly off.
I am the knight!
Yeah, you are, little guy. You funky little dinosaur. I love you.
Get a willpower back for that sentence. That you funky little dinosaur. You get a willpower for that. Because that was not what I was expecting to have happen tonight.
She just mumbles it really quietly and then just like turns back to the rest of the group like, all right, I'm ready.
Okay. Now the front area is gated off around all sides, but there is an actual gate there that has a one of the pad lifts, so that you can actually open it and drive cars inside. You can see that there are 3 security vehicles parked inside. Actually, pardon me, there are 2 security vehicles parked inside because they would carpool because they're cheap. And as you are looking around, Paisley, you're going to see that 2 of the stationary ones are actually just inside the front of the building, kind of just in like the foyer, or basically what would be the front desk area of this building. The other is walking around that lower area that you can see kind of over Jen's shoulder. There's that weird kind of like upside down ice cream cone shaped building that is kind of down by itself. The security guard is just walking along, looking over the edge, kind of having a moment and smoking a cigarette.
All right, she'll quietly whisper that information along. Do we need to set off of like repair a diversion just in case?
Yep, I said I can try and put them to sleep, but I just need to be able to be like
Yeah.
in like seeing
Paisley's eyes
on a
keep
loop.
turning to the vehicles.
I mean, you could do a diversion to.
Well, I mean,
also
not
make
yet,
them
but like,
get
Is
away
there
too.
is there a camera in this area, like where the cars are?
There is, yes.
If you do a diversion here, you'll blow our cover on the camera loop.
Also, they'll just call back up.
Yeah.
like
All
in
of a sudden
case
our
something
cars
goes
explode.
wrong when we're over there. Like if we have to get away, kind of thing.
Yeah, then just don't do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I set something up, so
Okay,
that
we
can
set it
go
up.
It won't go
quickly.
off
Be
ahead
quick.
of time.
It won't go off ahead of time. It'll be fine. She's staring at them, kind of just like thinking and mulling over like what she can do, like if we do have to do a getaway situation, so they can't follow.
What's your forces level?
3.
Cool. You could actually create a cellular dead zone here. You could cast a spell that would block outgoing or incoming cellular signals. And because I was foolish enough to say that there are satellite signals for the cameras, you could actually blanket the entire area. You could also kill all electricity of the area and drop an EMP, if you really wanted to with Forces 3.
Yeah, she wants to set something up, not actually cause it right away, so that if we have to get away, she can do that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You
Actually
need
being able to
time
drop
magic
EMP
to do that.
or even
I don't have time to do it, like, sustain it, but to have something that she can just, like,
Yeah.
put the last component into it if needed.
being able to even
Or, like,
Block
draw the
cell.
sigils out, and then just, like, so at the last second she can do the last piece, kind of
Mhm.
thing. Okay.
And the chat
Whatever
is
you're gonna
asking
do, do it quick.
whether or not an EMP would knock out Gunther. No, he's shielded. He's also not electrical, technically. A little bit. He's about as electrical as the rest of the people here are. Technically, their brains are, but it would be unpleasant for him. It'd be like a really cold shower, but he'd be fine. Otherwise, hit marks would be really easy to take out. He also has anti-magic built into him.
So
Don't Google
I
hit marks. They're awful.
don't have to. I was just thinking it would be helpful.
I
Well,
think that's a
it'll
good-
be more helpful if you do it quickly.
Okay. So she's gonna grab out, like, a little, I think she's probably got, like, little wax pellets kind of thing that she can quickly, like, etch out little sigils, and she's gonna, like, prep a bunch. I get, like, a bunch, I mean, like, maybe 2, maybe 3.
Mhm.
So that when she needs to, she can put the last mark on them and have it do a, essentially act as an EMP.
Sure, that works for me.
Cool. Would you like me to roll for that, or just, like, say that they're prepped
It's
and then later
just
roll for it?
prepped, right? It's just all
Yeah.
like roleplay.
Okay. So, if we need them later, they should work just fine. I'm ready. Sorry.
So what's the plan?
up and put asleep.
Well, there's
There-
a
Maybe
nice
if there's any
there.
points in that they're not looking at.
Yeah, any sort of
Back
Congrats.
doors, unlocked lower windows.
can I actually I know I already have 2 things up, so this will be a higher difficulty, but can I do some sort of like entropy 2 to just be like, oh hey, look, this unlocked door.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Cool.
Give it to me at difficulty 5.
That is 1 success.
1 success. All right. Walking up to the front gate, there is a padlock on it, but as you like reach up and grab it, it just goes.
Security guards are so lazy these days.
It's also a really rusty padlock. Like, these
Mhm.
guys have very, very bad equipment. As you walk up, and you'll kind of and pull the gate open so that you can step into the compound, Gunther will look around and there, and he points down at the little building sitting by itself that the security guard is kind of smoking next to. That's the location.
All right.
Down there, you can see it has the word giant camera on the side of it. And yeah, it kind of looks like a big camera. Like the building has been built to look like a large camera with a canonical roof jutting out of it.
Huh.
There's a guard.
I could try and sneak up and just night.
Do it.
All right.
All right, I want you to give me a dexterity and stealth roll, Holly.
Dexterity and stealth. All right. I'm guessing hand-eye coordination doesn't really have anything to
It
do
does
with
not.
that. Yeah. What's my difficulty?
Difficulty on this is going to be, ooh, you have nothing to help you see. It is dark. I'm gonna say 8.
All right.
Yeah, because you
Alrighty.
can't see anything that you might step on.
Okay. Oh, that is 1 success.
It is what?
1 success.
I gave myself difficulty of 6 to see if I would notice you creeping up on me.
Did you botch?
No, I just flat failed. I got a 10 and a 1.
Oh,
So you're going to
Security
see...
these days can't find any good people.
right? Lazy ass.
Just really focused on a cigarette.
So
Yeah.
you are going to slowly creep down the stairs on the side of the building, ducking your way around where you see a pair of security guards, a man and a woman, are sitting there watching anime on like a tablet that's propped up. Na, 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 na. They're watching Attack on Titan season 4, obviously, because this is the future. And you just like kind of slink under. That show is really weird. People are eating people. It's weird. You get to look at it and start making your way down. You are just going to hear a steady sound of tinkle, 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 and realize that he's standing on the edge of like the edge of this overlook down by the ocean and is just pissing off the side. You can smell the strong scent of weed. He's on security shift, smoking weed. His flashlight is sat on the side of the retaining wall there, and he's just letting it fly overwards. And you can hear him going, "Come on, you fucking seagull!" And a seagull reacts very negatively to getting pissed on. And this is the guy that you're within about 20 feet. You're within about 10 feet. I would like you to
Cool.
make me a dex and stealth roll again as you're this close.
All right.
This is going to be difficulty 6 because there is a bit of illumination where you are.
Oh, nice. That's gonna be 4 successes.
Okay, he actually got 3 successes. So he kind of checks himself a couple times and goes, "What?" And starts to turn around, but you're going to get the jump on him. What do you do?
I'm gonna cast sleep on him.
Okay, so what this is going to be is you are going to be basically, so you're going to use knockout on him. So I need to spend a quintessence.
Well, there's also the rote for sleep spell.
Oh, does that automatically put him to sleep, or does that just make him drowsy?
So the weaker version suggests and the stronger compels a target to go to sleep.
And that is level 3?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. So that is in how do you do that? And it is... Do you remember what page that's on?
Oh, it's actually just, I looked it up in the,
was on
it's
this
in
link
the cast. It's like the 9 spheres.
Okay, cool. Then, yeah, that works for me. So that is...
I mean, I can also do a knockout. I don't want to, like, hurt him with a knockout.
Oh,
but...
sleep spell. So the higher level you need mind 4 for.
Oh, okay. So I could either suggest it or...
So you could suggest it, or you use knockout.
Yeah, I'll use knockout.
Okay, spend a point of quint, and what you're gonna do, you're gonna do 2 things. So number 1, how do you apply this to him? You just crank him in the face? Do you like Vulcan neck pinch him? Do you... Because you're primarily a physical person. I'm pretty sure that you don't use it with like a psychic, like you don't like 11.
No, I think she does, like, she basically does, like, yeah, the like
pressure
the,
point.
like pressure point or like the clap over both ears kind of thing.
That sounds good. So what you're going to do is you're going to do 2 different effects. Both of them need to work. First is going to be make me a Dex and Brawl roll at a difficulty of 5 because he doesn't see it coming.
Cool.
All you need to do is make contact.
All right. So 5 is my difficulty, you said?
Yeah, you're going to do this.
I have 8 dice, yeah.
If you botch this, it's going to be great. You just
No.
you go Kia! Oh no, and put yourself to sleep.
Alright. So you said difficulty 5?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, that takes out that. That's gonna be 3 successes.
Okay, he does not see this coming in time because he didn't beat your successes, so that is going to collide with him, and all that I need you to do is now make me an arete roll. You are at a difficulty of his willpower, which is 4.
Okay.
And this is going to be, I'm gonna say it's gonna be a coincidental effect. Can I get, actually, you know what? I'm gonna ask the players, honestly, do you think that that someone sneaking up behind you and as you turn around cranking you in the head to knock you out is coincidental? I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because movies tell me so. And that's what my reality is based on. You laugh, but that's kind of the way it works. So this means that you're going to be difficulty 4, spend a point of quintessence, and you're putting this into duration.
Cool. Alright. I'm gonna spend a willpower to get a success automatically.
That's really good.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, that's gonna be 5 successes.
5. Okay. Oh, wait. You have 2 effects going right now, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so technically it's difficulty of 5 then. So how many of those? Is that still 5 successes?
No, that'd be 4. There's 1 4 in there.
Okay, so he is going to be asleep for a week.
Oh god.
So you can kill the effect at any time you want. You can just reflexively like release it.
Yeah, I'll probably let it go when we're leaving, basically.
Okay, so there is a little flash of energy as you just kind of catch him in the side of the head, and he's gonna slump to the ground.
I would say she'll make sure she'll like grab, like as she punches him, she's gonna like take her other hand to like pull him like so he doesn't fall off the fucking edge.
Okay. What's everybody else doing? You all see that she's crept down there like a ninja and has knocked this security guard out and kind of like has like pulled him behind the building.
Do we actually see that? Because she couldn't really see where she was stepping, so I don't know how dark it is.
Well, there is a little bit of illumination down there and a flashlight that kind of is over there. So I'll say that Paisley, you are going to see that one of the signals just goes kind of weird for a second, like someone slipped on the ground. And the rest
also,
of you will...
if Holly has her phone, am I seeing Holly's phone moving over
you'll
there?
You'll see that one phone walks to the other phone, and the other phone's signal drops down about a bar.
Huh. All right.
The rest of you will kind of see that, like you will see the barest bit of a tussle, and Gunther will turn and go, "She was incapacitated, the security guard."
All right, shall we? Let's go. And Paisley's gonna start like quietly and quickly trying to move down, or attempting to be quiet and quick, move down over there.
Search the body to see what he has on him.
Yes, you may. He has a large pistol.
Okay.
Strangely, on his, you know what? I'm gonna do it. He has a Desert Eagle because it's World of Darkness. He has a deagle.
Nice, nice.
So a literal hand cannon that's like this big.
Yep. I am familiar with deagles.
It is be sure to include the correct number of S's, because for the longest time in old World of Darkness games, my friend Dale had a Desert Eagle.
A Desert Eagle.
Jen remembers this, the Desert Eagle, which was the best eagle, except until Peacemaker came out. Anyway, a Desert Eagle, if you take his gun, does 5 levels of damage and has a clip of 8, but can only be stored in a jacket because it's that big. So or like a big purse. The rest of you, if you were sneaking down along the side, I want a dexterity and stealth roll at a difficulty of 8 because of darkness. Unless you can see in the darkness. Okay. And let me just check Gunther. Gunther has dex 2. And Oh god. Gunther got 2 successes?
Atta boy, Gunther.
He only had 2 dice.
Atta boy.
What was the difficulty again?
8.
I have 1 success with 5 dice.
I got 3.
Okay.
5.
All right, and I gave myself a difficulty of 8 for the guys inside to notice you. I rolled a 10 and 2 1s. Oh, you know what? I'll roll for each of them, just to be fair. I said difficulty of 8 for them? Damn. Because I just got 6, 7, 7, 10 on that one. So,
Oh no.
so that would have been really good. Who got only 1 success? Okay, so Paisley, you are going to duck down and kind of like creep under, and you'll see that they're like watching some anime in the corner. And as they are, it looks like it's going to the credit sequence. The female security guard is going to kind of turn around, crack her neck, and look out the window just in time. You are going to duck down, and you are not sure if she saw your hair. There's a moment pause, and you'll see a flashlight shine out the window onto the ground. And then... You are so lucky. You are going to hear, echoing through the windows, the sound of footfalls coming your way. Hey, I think so. I think I saw something out here. What'd you see? Something kind of bright. And then you'll hear as your bird starts like flies out of nowhere, starts scraping the window. Suck my dick! Suck my dick! Suck my dick! And flies up and out, giving you a chance to make me another stealth roll.
Woo! So that's stealth and dexterity, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who taught that bird to say that? Wasn't me.
Wasn't me. Might have been the internet. Okay, this is a little better. What was the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 8.
Okay. So that's gonna be 1 success because that 1 cancels out my 9 and then I have a 10.
Okay. All right. So the bird is going to give you the time to sneak back down. You all are going to make it down to the area there around that giant camera building.
Also, did the security guard have any sort of?
Yes, he has zip ties or zap straps.
Okay.
On him, like quick ties for bringing people down. He also has sorry, I cut off in the middle of that. He has his wallet. His name is Alonzo Rivera. He is a member of Gold's Gym. He is married with 2 children to a very handsome man, according to his wallet. He has a Nokia Razr flip phone, like one of the new ones, which only real ponces actually buy those.
Any radio? Is he equipped with?
Yeah,
a
he does
radio?
have a walkie-talkie, as well as he will have a collapsible baton at his waist, as well as some mace.
Cool.
Oh, and
She's
a taser.
gonna take.
He would have a taser
And a
as well.
taser?
Yeah,
Sweet.
he does have a taser.
She's gonna take all of that stuff.
He also has an Amex card and a Costco card. I don't know if those
Do
are
you have
used.
any keys?
Yeah, he has a key ring.
Cool. Holly's gonna take all of that and zap strap his arms and legs together
Okay, sounds
behind
good.
him.
He starts just drooling onto the ground. And at that point, the rest of you are going to make it up to where Holly is around the side of the building. You will see that there is this hog-tied security guard.
Well done, babe.
Thank you. You know I'm good with zip ties. She'll twirl her hair.
Oh, there's also a smoking joint just kind of laying on the ground next to his face.
she'll look at it and be like, do you want a sloppy seconds, or I'm just gonna snuff it out right now?
How much is left?
Like half of it. Like it's like, and it's like a corporate rolly. Like it's one that he like bought at a place.
Waste not, want not.
I mean, it's not like you can catch anything off it with life, so.
It's not like I'm gonna get sick.
Yeah. Also, he had a taser, a mace, or mace, a baton, and he had a deagle. I took the deagle, but if anyone else wants some other stuff,
I could take the baton.
yeah.
Okay.
She'll try and hang it off of her belt somehow.
Sure, it's got a little carabiner.
Bex is gonna look at Gunther and be like, here or
Inside.
I also have a key ring, so.
That will probably be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do any of them look like they go to a vehicle?
Yes, actually, he does have the keys for a security vehicle, and
Nice.
yeah. Besides that, it looks like a lot of keys for the outside area.
Cool.
And then you'll hear, Psh! Alonzo, are you coming back from your rounds yet, man? We're gonna start the next episode, and you said you wanted to be here for it to get caught up.
I was worried about this. Shit.
Paisley looks over at Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imitate his voice?
Pretend?
He will like grab Alonzo by the hair, pull his head up, stick his fingers down Alonzo's throat. Like, hard. Like,
Ooh.
and he'll start, give me the walkie-talkie.
Pass it over.
No, I'm good. Go ahead and start without me. I need to get my steps in. Over. He'll slowly pull like the oozy fingers out of the guy's throat.
Gross, but
Disgusting.
effective.
I didn't hear his voice, so I had to feel what his vocal cords will feel like.
Hmm.
All right, man. You're the one that said you'd miss it. Over. It seems to be effective.
Why don't you keep this? Can you, now that you've heard his voice and said it, can you continue to replicate it?
Yes, I can continue to replicate it, he says in your
Okay,
voice.
you have the radio.
I have the radio, he says in Holly's voice.
Babe, is that turning you on a little bit?
Please
Can I
stop
turn
that.
me on a little bit?
Please.
Just get inside.
Okay. Heading over to the door, you can see that it is locked and has one of those like double padlocks. Like, so it's a double door that opens into this building. And as you approach, you see that it has like those locks that like lock the doorknobs together as well. But Holly, you have keys.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a much easier circumstance than I intended. So good job. So click, click. You are going to open it, and inside you are going to see that it is, and I apologize for backgrounds here, we could not find an open license look at this, but if you look at Giant Camera Cliff House, San Francisco, on anywhere, you will be able to see video of where we are. And what this is it kind of looks like the inside of the TARDIS. It is a large concrete room that has a concave reflector in the center of it. The overhead is this kind of almost like a stalactite that points down on the other side of the canonical roof. Conical? The conical. The ice cream cone that reaches to the sky. And as you step inside, you take a look around, and the room is completely dark. Does anybody try to turn on a light switch?
Paisley will look around for one if she can try and find one.
Yeah, there's one just right next to you. It turns on some sconces around. It's still dim light in here. So about quarter light, half light, something like that.
There wasn't any windows into this place, were there, from the outside that we saw?
There are not.
Just like okay, cool.
Except that as you look up now, you are going to see that in the center of the room, that bowl is illuminated very, very lightly with the lit up view of the San Francisco coastline. This is a camera obscura. It's taking a 360-degree panoramic view of the city and projecting it down into this bowl. It's a little dim because it is nighttime here, but it's absolutely fascinating. It hovers above the bowl almost like a hologram. Or a holograph, I suppose, is what they list itself as. And yes, you can go look up what this is. It's actually pretty dope. It might not be 360, but I'm going to say it is. Gunther steps into the room and looks around. This is the place.
Let's do the thing. Get out of here.
Yes. Gunther leans toward the bowl, looks down at it, looks back up at the obscura on the ceiling. File protocols. Updating. Updating. He looks up at the obscura in the ceiling that's feeding the image down. And as he does, his eye is going to start glowing.
Vivi's gonna kind of back away and try and get in a slightly defensive place without too much effort. Like, not too obviously. Just in case this turns out badly for us.
Bex is outwardly preparing for this to go badly for us. Like, she's
Fair.
not being subtle about it at all. She's like,
Yep.
Okay. A laser is going to fire out of his eye up into the camera, which is going to cause a chain reaction in the reflection. The image on the table is going to completely vanish, and instead, you are going to see, reflected down from the camera obscura, something from inside of his memory banks. You're going to see files, data streams, passing through the air in front of you. And as you do, you're going to see the spectral shape of an old woman. Steel gray hair pulled up into a tight bun. A dark-colored lab coat. Smears of grease. The type of a woman who looks like she's refined. Looks like she has that kind of Judi Dench vibe to her, but no longer gives two shits. Old woman gardeners have that kind of look at times. The woman does not address you. She does not acknowledge you. Not with her eyes. Hello. If you're hearing this message, that means that you've unlocked Gunther's files. Good. I chose you specifically because of your connections. One of you is related to a dear friend of mine. You are all, according to my calculations, members of the 9 Mystic Traditions, and that should be good enough, but that extra connection is enough to convince me to trust you. These days, I don't think we can trust many. I'll be brief. What you have here is a plethora of information stored inside of Gunther's memory banks. It is now transferable, removable, copyable. I was unable to share this information and was unwilling to for the longest time, but as the end of my life draws near, I understand. The choice does not belong to my generation. The choice belongs to yours. I have done many things in my life for the betterment of humanity. I have done things that I regret. My greatest regret is that I do not get to see a brighter future that we were all working for. That's a lie. My greatest regret are the things that we did in service of what we thought would be a brighter future. I wish you all luck and well. May the way toward ascension be open to you all. This is Dr. Evelyn Taylor, signing off one last time. And the image is going to fizzle and break. And you're going to see a timestamp. It is like early 2000s when that was sent. Like 2000, 2001. And as the image crackles in front of you, I have many files. Would you like me to play them?
Can we do it somewhere else? I don't think we have time here.
Hey Bex, do you have somewhere file storage elsewhere? So if we get stopped right now that you could access later?
I mean, it said non-transferable, non-copyable. If we can't listen to them here, we either have to listen to them here, or if we can listen to them elsewhere, then we should go. But that's up. I don't know if this is just the unlocking or if this is the only place we can see them.
Can you do me a favor, Paisley, and make me a a perception and alertness roll at a difficulty of 6, please?
Okay.
Actually, difficulty of
I'm
7 because you're
spend
inside
a
a concrete.
willpower.
Okay.
Because this is a 1 dice roll for me at the moment.
Easily.
Did you botch?
So, if I hadn't spent the willpower, it probably would have been because I rolled a 1.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's just a fail, I guess.
So as you were saying that, and so repeat what you said right there at the InGen.
I don't know if this place is just to unlock them or if it's the only place we can listen to them, but
The files are open access now. You may take them as will.
then we should go.
You will hear a voice echo from outside. All right, everybody inside of there, come out with your hands up. You're under arrest by order of the Technocratic Union.
Can Paisley
that?
drop her EMP thing? Attempt to?
You can attempt
She's
to.
got. Yeah, we're gonna try this.
When the words Technocratic Union come out, Bex's spine like straightens but there's a look of like fear and also anger on her face.
This is Senior Agent Locke. I've got you in my sights, you sons of bitches. And if you want to try to do that real quick, you may. Drop that EMP. Let me just double check the rules for that.
Yeah, so basically what she's doing, she's pulling out one of the things she's prepared and she's gonna put the last mark on it and then start moving to the door with her hands up. And like one of them like held in her hand.
Okay.
And then she's gonna drop like push the magic into it right as she steps outside.
Okay, so this is gonna be rough because how big of an area are you trying to affect?
I would like to kindly remind my wife at this time that her wife uses electronics.
I don't
All
think
of
that
her
Paisley
magic.
thinks.
Paisley's not thinking. She's
know.
like, this person seems like they're dangerous.
There we go. All right, so feats of magic. Let's look at area. Let's see. So that will be. Sorry, I'm just checking the
I
difficulties.
know I'm dropping willpower and I'm spending quintessence on this.
Okay. So it's going to be difficulty 6, difficulty 5 with the quint. If you're spending 1.
Yep. I only have 1.
Okay, so you want 1 success for sure. You want 2 success. This is going to be vulgar, so this is actually going to be difficulty, base difficulty of. Oh, he brought people. Of course he did. So that's going to be difficulty 8 base, difficulty 7.
No.
You can spend more coin if you want.
I don't have any. I had 1 point.
Okay,
I'm
so your
spending
difficulty 7. This is going to be, you are going to need for the size of this. I'm just looking for the range on here.
As Paisley is walking towards the door, Bex doesn't know what she has planned and is just like, Paisley, what the fuck are you doing?
Okay, and so go ahead and give me the roll.
Oh, fuck.
And do me a favor, how many points of paradox do you already have?
None.
Cool.
Well, I got a single success.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. Did you spend a willpower on that?
That's yes, I did. I did spend willpower.
That's what that. Okay, so
that's 2 successes then.
All right,
Sorry.
heading toward the door, you are going to finish the last thing, and there is going to be a explosion of energy around you.
And she basically drops it, and like, so I assume it like glows or something. I don't know.
It does, yeah. It glows, and there is a little wave of energy, and all of the lights inside of here and the next, say, 30 feet of area, inside and outside, is just going to go completely dark, plunging you into darkness. And that's when you'll hear a gunshot. And we're going to call game there.
Oh no! Oh no!
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes, you may.
Do I recognize this guy's name?
You can give me an int and wits roll at a difficulty of 7 because he wasn't like your main antagonist back in the day.
Yeah.
Which I love that Evelyn
ahead.
ended up being like old and not giving a fuck.
Yeah. Do either my specialization in big picture or improvisation count?
No.
Okay, then I got 4 successes.
Oh yeah, you know this guy. He's basically like, if you're Spider-Man, he's like the Hobgoblin. Like this is like he's like two. They haven't used him in a movie for a reason. On you, like, you feel me on that? Like, does that make sense? Like, he's not quite the Toad to the X-Men, but he's definitely like kind of the blob. He's like blob level, you know. Like he's like second string. He's a pain in the ass, is what you will know. He is a pain in the ass. He is an X. He's either an NWO agent or a member of the Time Motion Managers for the Iteration
God.
X. You're not
Beautiful.
sure.
Okay.
So
So yeah, that bunch of emotions that crossed her face, there was like like this is ridiculous, and then also the fear and anger at the technocracy, but like what the fuck is this guy?
How
right.
much paradox did I get?
So you're going to take 2 points of paradox from that.
Okay. That is
Really low,
all
so
my-
mark those on your list. And
Done.
I also am going to say that everybody here is going to take 5 experiences for the night.
Yay.
5 points of experience, that is. And folks, if you are watching this live, Robin just posted in the chat the link to Lore of the Traditions. It's a fantastic book that we are basing this off of. The Kickstarter is over, but you can still get in on late pledges, I think. So check it out, bookmark it, and it's really a great book. We were able to get an advanced copy for running this game alongside Onyx Path, and this is an unpaid, unsponsored thing. It's a really good book. It's actually like one of the best things that I've seen them put out in years, and I'm really excited. I'm just sad that I didn't get a write on it. I didn't get to write any of it. But I did get to write another book, which I will be able to talk to you about very soon. Because it's my book. Actually, I gotta go edit some of the fiction tonight because the ending is still, it's almost there. It's almost there, folks. But yeah, so folks, that's gonna be it for us tonight on Mage. You guys have fun?
Yeah. And I am so sorry for the disaster that Paisley is. I didn't expect it to go this bad.
No, it's great. It's great. It's great. It's
Question.
great. Yeah.
When you say EMP, does that kill like all electronic devices
Like
Yeah.
our phones. Yep.
or taser?
Like all of my instruments? Yeah.
Yeah, but it only kills them for 1 round, so it basically gives them a brownout because she only got 1 success.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, so that's not too bad.
No,
But it does mean that we can run and move in a single round, sort of.
Weird question
Yeah.
about that actually. because all of my instruments and everything and the way I think of magic is run through my electronics, and my technology, the mind shield I have up was done as a program through my Google Glass. Like, does that disrupt my belief system enough to turn that off?
Yeah, I think it would for the one round. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it would be the equivalent of if I took them off of you.
Yeah.
Right. So, but that's good. Thank you for bringing that up. I really appreciate when you screw yourself, Jen. It's great. It's fantastic. So folks, thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what we do here, definitely give us a follow or a sub if you're watching on YouTube. I am doing my best to get to 3,000 followers and 3,000 subs accordingly. If you want to help support the channel and you have an Amazon Prime account, you can subscribe for free. It only costs money from like Amazon. You don't have to pay a thing. Every month you can throw like, I think it's like $2.50 after taxes and stuff at us for free. All you have to do is subscribe with Amazon Prime. If you are on YouTube, you can't do that unless you make a Twitch account, which is totally fine. But you could always join us on patreon.com/dorktales, where we are inching ever closer to having 50 patrons, which when we do, we are doing something extra special, an ongoing thing that I think that you'll really, really like, because I've been working on it for months now, and am very, very close to having it at a release point. And then at 100 we're doing something huge. I also want to thank some of my biggest Patreon supporters, Soul Omen, DM Michael Gray, both of my divine producers, Bricarius, my demonic producer, and my princes of the Patreon, Taryn, Buddy, and you, Trizelda. So thank you so much for all of your support. Dorktales could not exist without the funds and love that you throw at us. Yeah, I really do appreciate you guys. You guys are fantastic. And I appreciate you guys too. You're fantastic.
Aww. You're fantastic.
You're fantastic.
You're fantastic. Paisley, you may buy a dot of willpower if you wish. Okay. And folks, that's going to be it for us tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in to Mage the Ascension, Breaking Tradition. I promise this is going somewhere fun. We got 2 more games before it's over, unless everybody dies next episode, because there is fun next episode.
And other words that start with F.
F-U. F-U. Words that start with S-U. F-U. All right, this can be it for us. Good night, everybody.